Alright, on to the obligatory handheld version. Same people making this, it looks like, largely. And Helix again, they're the ones I think that made that camera picture-taking game, whose name escapes me for some reason. Welcome to the Game Boy version of Jet Fusion. GBA specifically, in case that distinction matters to you. We don't have a battery save, it looks like. Oh, look how specific we are. 49. 97. Dare I bring it all the way? Oh, it doesn't go to 100. Maybe they left it 97 for a reason. I don't know. Passwords are actually alphanumeric. It's not always the case in games like this. Sometimes it's characters' faces and whatnot. I like how the music doesn't... This is one of those odd games where the music doesn't actually change when you start the game. It just keeps going from the menu. It's not the same when you can't actually hear her speak. Interesting that we don't have a cut-in with Jet himself at the beginning, like the console version. Of course, usually the Game Boy versions and/or handheld versions in general don't try to imitate everything from the console version. That's a rarity, although it does sometimes happen. Oh wait, did these guys make the... sorry for the slow start here, but did these guys make that Photo Frenzy game? They might not have. I was about to say, this music reminds me of something. I know for a fact these are the guys that made Rocket Power Dreams game. This is very much similar music. I wonder if this is gonna play similarly. I found that game kind of frustrating, but I liked it, I think. This is gonna be interesting. I appreciate the attempt to write out how she speaks. Interestingly, Cindy has her more updated design here, doesn't she? I thought she had her older one in the other game. That was a real nice looking expression on Jimmy there. Hey, animation. I appreciate those. Jimmy's hairline is receding a little bit, and that is not something I like. Jimmy's hair can't even fit in the frame. I like that. Can Goddard not speak here? I almost miss it. That's a really weird effect for showing the text. It appears all at once, too, instead of being written out word by word. It's interesting. Yep, back to Ultra Ninja Lord. Oh. You gotta be careful when you end dialogue like that. I thought that sentence was complete. And you have weird things like, for some reason, it is spelled with a capital I? Anyways. Hey, I wouldn't... You're supposed to be turning in a book report. You should know word things. Jimmy. Oh, whoa, you're showing up in person. That is unexpected. Who are you? You actually have not been introduced. Probably not? I mean, you're in the area. Why do you care? Oh, there we go. Okay. That potential confusion did not occur to me. So is Jet Fusion just a book character in this version of the game? Instead of being a book character / actual spy action person or whatever? That was kind of the weird duality he had in at least in the other version of the game, and I think in the show proper, where he wasn't just a movie star or whatever, he was also actually a spy or something, which doesn't seem like a very effective way of operating, but... See ya. He jets pretty fast. Alright, so... have this device again. We do not have full-on contra controls. We cannot shoot diagonally, fortunately. Something about Jimmy's sprites in this game don't convince me. Okay, so we move a lot slower than we did in Dream's game. I'm noticing. I do not have to destroy these things this time. I can shoot down. Oh, that is weird. If I shoot down, it makes me go down. Why is that? Pressing the right trigger does that. Oh, what? Okay, the left trigger makes you aim diagonally. What? Why? Why would they do that? Like, Contra already had this figured out, the whole control scheme thing, well before you did. That was back in the original GBA, among other things, I think. It's strange. I think it's all the buttons there to see. Let's start and select. Toggle inventory map. There we go. 10%. I don't know what that means here. We have parts. Gas, a pump, and a cat. Okay. Guard has some powers you can get later or something to that effect. Okay. Oh, there's little ninjas. If I didn't already know what they were, I would not be able to tell what they are, actually, I don't think. That was a nice purple. Calm down, Goddard. Yeah, this is... So I basically have to, like, press up and down to switch between aiming left and right. Right, yeah, as you press up and down to change between aiming diagonally up and down. It's really strange. Like, it's not like the Game Boy... I like that. I'm pretty sure that can crouch. Although you stay crouched. Okay, that can crawl. I imagine this is the same engine as Dream's game. But... Huh, the camera moves up if you hold up too, which is nice. I just don't get why they want just... Whoa, it dropped like a stone there. Can I not die? The fish hurt me. Interestingly, it's daytime here now instead of nighttime. Gutter has a nice swimming animation. Makes his neck very long. His neck is kind of exaggerated in general, I feel like. But it's not like the Game Boy couldn't handle, or Game Boy Advance, couldn't handle multiple inputs on the D-pad at once. So I don't know why they don't acknowledge you pressing up and right at the same time, or any other combination of directions. Revived. Alright. Look how fast I fall sometimes, my god. Yeah, okay, that's a little weird. Why do I fall so fast if I don't jump? Like, I get that's a fast fall speed in general, but... Zoom. Like, look how deeply I dive into the water just by walking off this edge. It's a little silly. I think the sprites seem well designed in the first place. They just don't seem like the right art style for Jimmy, I don't think. There you go, I can just crouch to hit those. I don't know why there are scorpions here to begin with, but whatever. Hey. Oh. I can crouch and fire upwards. Now that is a complex combination of movements. Now, also, this has a similar health scheme to Dream's game, actually, where you just have icons that represent your health, and they get slowly like depleted and smaller as you take damage. So just having a more straightforward counter of life or anything like that. Whoops, it's me trying to change weapons again. It's a large can. Yeah, it's just... I didn't expect this to at all be something that was so similar to another game I had played. So now I end up seeing everything through that lens. I don't know if this came before or after Dream Scheme now. I'm wondering which it was. Jimmy Neutron came after Rocket Power, I'm fairly certain. I don't know how much overlap there was between them. I don't keep track of dates for this sort of thing, but just keeping in mind the culture that that Rocket Power tried to capitalize on, that came before Jimmy things. Not to mention, Jimmy Neutron was a little technologically advanced for being a fully 3D show. Twice. Crouch and then, huh. I actually didn't notice before I had to press it twice to do that. Oh, that's weird. It takes one to take the... Okay, so... if I move into the higher position myself, I move from crawling to crouching myself. Sometimes there's a delay between the sound and the actual projectile. But if I do it myself, it will tend to fire pretty quickly. But if not... oh man, aiming like this is gonna be a pain for enemies like this. Who are you? What are the sparklies here doing? But oddly, if I am crawling and then press the attack button... actually, pressing the attack button on its own just makes me assume the attack position. If I just hold the attack button, I start shooting but with a delay. Okay. So we've got grenades, I imagine these are basically supposed to be. Oh. I do remember it being pretty easy to die in Dream Scheme. Dream Scheme was a little bit difficult, although a big part of that was just because it was a lot of awkward platforming. The platforming wasn't the best, and you oftentimes had to do things like jumping on top of enemies. You didn't have a weapon like you do in this game, generally. And when you did, it had ammunition. I assume that's a checkpoint. Isn't modern technology amazing? What would be even more amazing would be the modern technology of battery saves. How do I know which way to go? It's the only way you can go, dude. We're only living in 2 dimensions here. Who's our base? Who are you working for? M13 or something to that effect, I imagine. Okay. I don't think they usually have full-on pink trees. Even in most, like... Jimmy, how do you sing like this? Like, I know that cherry blossoms are a thing, but not usually that dense, I don't think. Random Eastern fantasy lands. I feel like these scorpions just exist to acknowledge the crouching function. Like how Jimmy falls much faster than the water does. Boom! Look how big a splash he makes too. There's something comical to me about Jimmy just gently waltzing off of a ledge and slamming into the water below. What are you? I should of course try out this other weapon at some point. So far I haven't found much of a need for it. If this is like, and it may not be, but if this is like Dream Scheme, there may be hidden health bits to pick up. In that particular game, there were health pickups that had to be found that were hidden every which way. They were totally optional. This looks like it might have some optional places to go. So it does more damage, I guess, is the idea there. Okay, well, we'll drop, like, stones off this roof next time. It's an interesting introduction. I did not expect this game to be so similar to something I've already played, but now I get to focus on what the differences are. And if you haven't seen Rocket Pirate Dream Scheme, you can compare that to this afterwards, I suppose. And or simultaneously. It's on the channel for you to watch whenever you wish. Joy of internet streaming. Take that! Chat, we have even better technology. Anyways, bye everyone.